I will try to discuss about the chronological evolution of Bengali literature, Bengali crime genre, in the light of Sherlock Holmes. Actually, when Sir Arthur Conan Doyle started to write Sherlock Holmes, that was the late 19th century. That was a very sensational period in colonial India. Because that time, in one hand, there is Bengal Renaissance. There are so many enlightened persons like Rabindranath Tagore and the first female doctor, Dr. Kadambini Ganguly, and so many social revolutionaries, social reformers like Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, and so many people. But that time also there was some darkness behind the candle, who were the subaltern class, who were getting tortured, who were getting deprived, like the number of prisoners, they were getting imprisoned for the struggle for independence. Also the coolies, the indentured laborers, who were getting deported to Latin America, in the just signing the indentured bond. So at that junction of time when Sherlock Holmes appeared, what was the influence of Sherlock Holmes in the Bengali literature field? That I will try to explain in very short time. So before that, there was no that kind of crime thriller existence in Bengali literature. When Sir Conan Doyle got immense success after the second novel of Sherlock Holmes, first the writer who initiated the crime genre in the Bengali fiction is Mr. Pachkori De. Mr. Pachkori De, possibly his creations were not of a very good, great literary values, but his contribution is a lot because he was one of the pioneering person in Bengali literature who showed that without drama, without supernatural activities, without dramatic emotion, there can be a crime fiction only emphasizing on the logical reasoning, forensic analysis, the great wit, and which I'm sure he got influence from the Holmes. So we can tell that first few of the writers like Kulodar Anjan, Pachkori De, they translated, rather they wrote a Sherlock Holmes inspired Bengali novel in the light of the famous novels like Hound of Baskervilles. They wrote Baskerville Kukur, Kukur means dog in Bengali. And there are so many novels who were the complete reflection of the Holmes novel. That was the initiation, that was the initial phase of the Bengali crime genre. After that, we are blessed to get two of the phenomenal crime thriller writers in Bengali literature. One is Sharadindu Bandyopadhyay, who created the character Byomkesh Bakshi, and another is the eminent filmmaker Satyajit Ray, who created the portrayal of the character Feluda. So if we try to analyze the resemblance of Holmes with these two phenomenal legendary Bengali detectives, we will get to know that the first striking difference between the earlier age, the ancient age detective Bengali thrillers and the contemporary thrillers, the Feluda Byomkesh creations, that were the crime solving strategy of Holmes. The very strong observation power, the deep analyzing skills, the forensic analysis, the wit, but there was a very major differences too. What is the difference? The difference is our Bengali detectives like Feluda and Byomkesh, they are very much emotionally rooted with the culture, whereas Holmes is kind of emotionally detached. He maintains, we all know that he maintains a very detachment, kind of spiritually higher person, we can say. But in our field, in our literature, considering the social structure of our Indian society, probably the Feluda and Byomkesh, those two legendary characters, they had a very strong root of emotional depth, and Byomkesh used to himself as the truth seeker. That is, he was a person of a very strong moral and ethical values. So that is the differences, or that is the imbalances I can say. Another is the most significant similarity, the most significant influence I'd rather say, that is the initiation of the duo character, that is the detective and his assistant. Before Holmes, there was no such mentioning in Bengali literature, that is, there will be a pair of detectives, that is, one friend or one brother will be chronicling the detective's story, and that would foster more intimacy, more immediacy, and readers will feel a more proximity. So, like Holmes and Watson, we have Feluda and his cousin Topshe, and we have Bhopkesh and his never married friend Ajit. And there are so many characters, like Pashpuri, they created two characters, Devendra Mohan and Arindam. The first of his kind, the pair was father-in-law and son-in-law. Yeah, Pashpuri they created a very much Holmes-influenced character pair, crime detective pair, who were in relation, they were father-in-law and son-in-law. And not only Holmes contributed to the male Bengali detectives, there were so many female detectives too. There were a few female sleuths who were the complete reflection of Sherlock Holmes. Like I can remember in the 1950s, there was a writer, very popular writer, Prabhavati Devi Saraswati, and she created a character Govinda Krishna. Govinda Krishna was a college girl, and that was the time, that is just the Second World War was ended, and the society is in a very restless period. That time she left college and tried to find out the murderer of her parents, and then started her first journey. So there were Govinda Krishna, there were Pashpuri Des, Devendra Mohan, Arindrajit. After that, we had a phenomenal writer, Hemendra Kumar Rai, who already have been translated by Joshua Radhi. Hemendra Kumar Rai is a very famous horror as well as thriller and historical writer of Bengal, and he created a very popular detective pair, Jayanto and Manik. So the two similarities I told, that is, the first is the observation, the crime solving techniques which the Bengali writers inherited from the Holmes, and the detective pair, the pair concept. Another is the concept of the existence of catchphrase, like "My dear Watson," elementary "My dear Watson," the famous dialogue of Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, I was going to say, and like that, Feluda also used to say that the most strong weapon I consist is the Mogojastru. That means the brain power. My strongest weapon is the Mogoj means brain. So the weapon of brain. So I have a very good brain. The same catchphrase was used by Byomkesh Bakshi too. So these are, I think these are heavily influenced by Sherlock Holmes. Also, Sherlock Holmes played a very pivotal role in direct incarnation of Holmes. Like there are some characters, Sharolakho Holmes by Rajshekhar Basu. No, Sharolakho Holmes.
It's a pastiche.
Yeah, it's a pastiche written by Rajshekhar Basu. He's also a very famous writer. Also Sherlock Ego by Narayan Shanal. Also by Nripendra Krishna Chakraborty, there was another character. That was the clear adaptation of Sherlock Holmes, Bengali. So these all writers have Bengalized Sherlock Holmes in their own way, and they have prospered Bengali literature with the wit, with the humorous flavor of the Victorian Holmes thriller. And definitely I would say as a crime thriller novelist that those influence us a lot even today, and they all pioneered us. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for that. I'm deeply interested, and I think I'm going to have to get some of these books I am asked to introduce myself. Now, this causes a problem. I am perhaps the Count Negret of Silvius, who you may remember used a stick in his failed attempt to dispose of the inconvenience of Sherlock Holmes, who had detected my theft of the Mazarin diamonds and who had offered me a very attractive deal to return the diamond and escape, which I decided to avoid by the expedient of murdering him. Unfortunately, this cunning plan